Good morning. It's the anniversary of my dad's birthday. Well, he's gone. But anyway, I just realized that when I woke up, September 30th. Um, shoot. Today is a big day. I gotta, Jerry's gonna come and show me how I guess I was gonna record that room before I put anything in there, but some of the paint got on a little bit on the floor got a little bit messed up, and he's gonna do something to the floor. So, but anyway, I was looking at China the other day, and I wish them all the best. I mean, it's sort of funny because they're saying the citizens um um disobedient. Like those type of words kill me when you have like the majority of the people that are unhappy and things are not going right with the government. They're disenchanted. They're not getting their means met. But it's it's not the majority that rules. It's that one or two people that are in power, and their idea of ruling is, oh well, instead of him just like when it first happened, say, you know what, let's think about that. Let's cool. Let's get a few people together and see if we can come up with people that we both, want to see in the election on 2016. But now, it's just like here in the United States, if the majority of the people feel that the police, like, and we do, the police training, the police behavior, the police breaking the laws, like in Memphis, they've had them trafficking children, being, so-called thinking they're pimps. If your balls drop and you're 13, you're supposed to be a man. Put away your childish shit. If you're gonna pimp somebody, it's called, you need to promote yourself to managing somebody else's life. Cause pimping mostly means like we got some over here. All I can see between me is that they are pedophiles. Cause they think if they get their kids under 6 years old, and there's a whole family of them, um, and but anyway, and like the other day they're like, "What's wrong with my daughter?" The only thing wrong with your daughter is that it's not. She ain't make no money. What I'm saying, she got less money than me and bring in more. But anyway, not for herself, and she don't have shit. She getting So if she depending on the HUD housing and welfare and all this, what I'm saying, the only thing the men do is show up when she get her check, pretty much act like, have sex with her, steal her money, and take the food stamps, and the little kids look crazy, and she going to the food bank for the rest of the month. But anyway, I see a lot of problems. Like same thing with London, because what our fire department, I would never call ambulance because I actually when I went to the eye doctor, was it 2010? I actually, I had it was like in July and had been really hot, like 90 degrees, and I had walked like approximately one way about 10 miles and carrying something that was like, pushing something that was 80 pounds, mostly uphill. So I ended up with two black eyes. So I went with the eye doctor. It was like a stroke. So later on that evening, I had severe pains in my side. So anyway, they put a Chucky doll in there because they think I'm full of shit because I can still walk and talk. But see, their idea of what a stroke is, it's very limited to some ignorant racist shit. But a stroke, it could be any blood vessels pop in any motherfucking place in your brain, in your eyes, and all that. We have glaucoma in our family. We get high blood pressure in our eyes. I have high blood pressure. So finally, I got the right high blood pressure pills. I guess they figured I'm a crack addict because all the women over here are supposed to be crack addicts. Yeah, when I dated that when I first came to the South and I dated a policeman, he used to come like about every 2 hours and with a 20, to smoke. But I'll be honest with you, once I just got the fuck away from that and all those. I just and it's been almost fuck about 15 years because that was like Well, it was 2014, so it's been a good 12 years. Pretty much I stopped. And the thing is, like, first year that I tried, that I stopped, I did relapse near the end of that first year. But like another friend of mine, they relapsed and they were like just like distraught and depressed. They're like, oh well, you don't even seem depressed. I'm like, fuck. I'm human. I make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like that saying, oh, well, I made one mistake, fool you. I made two mistakes, a fool on me. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. I'm a fucking human. Sometimes that's how you learn. And sometimes we have happy mistakes, and sometimes you're like, if I hadn't relapsed that one time, I was like, what the fuck was I doing this for? And I didn't, what I'm saying? I was done. Shit happens. I had a friend. He was alcoholic, and I remember he relaxed one time, and he goes, "What do I?" He calls me, "What do I do?" And I'm like, "Well, first of all, just take a hot bath and go to sleep and shut the fuck up." So what? Now if you want to dread on it and be depressed, oh, I'm just, like with the propaganda, oh, shit happens. But anyway, you could be a diabetic and one day just want ice cream. Take extra insulin or do what you gotta do. Shit happens. But anyway, I'm glad that China, is is fighting a good fight. I see Britain is having with their fire department. I know the fire department's not like ours. I believe their schooling, even in all its fault, has to be. Well, your children sound a lot more intelligent than our kids do. Our kids, they just, it's sort of sad, you know. But as long as they, like here, the police just harassed the fuck out of me. That's why they don't have any fucking money. I don't think they get paid extra time for being ignorant and racist. You know what I'm saying? Like that punk policeman crying at Walgreens about getting shot. I got shot. A whole bunch of people got shot. This neighborhood, all they would have to do for these teenager boys is to get the fucking police out and for the teenager girls and legalize marijuana because ain't none of these fucking teenagers ever. I know people they're in their 30s and never had a job. They can't pass the UA. I'm like, if you go to college and you become like you get a government job like a mayor or a senator or you become a lawyer or a judge, you can smoke all the weed you want. They don't give UAs. But if you want to work at McDonald's or some service industry, or something like that, and like around here they're very smart. I'm crazy, but they're very smart. They smoke crack. Matter of fact, the police was so bothering. They get into your medical shit, which I think is hilarious because why they worried about my medical shit, medical, like why am I going to the doctor? Why she must have something. Yeah, hypertension. You know what I'm saying? They try to give me psych medicine to alter my brain. Okay, my dad was a psychiatrist. He was a doctor. Okay, I've been places, right? And also read. And the behavior that they're talking about is stemmed from your mom's, how your mom interacts with you in early development. If your mom never hugs you or holds you after she plops you out of her vagina, you will die, right? If she picks you up and holds you and nourishes you, you will live, right? Okay, these kids' problem is from under the age of 6, they've been physically, not only sexually, physically abused, but mentally. You cannot change the beginning of their behavior from 0 to 6. You cannot change, what their mom instilled in them. If their mom instilled into the boys, well, boys could go around and have sex with all the girls they want to because they're not getting pregnant. My mom thing was she just couldn't wait for me to get rid of me because, there was nothing worse than, being a female. And at that time, breastfeeding, she felt, like I got rejected from day one, and she didn't. And then the nurse was holding me, and I think that because like she's like, yeah, Aunt Ruth wants you, and so wants you. I ain't letting none have you. Hey, nobody's holding me. My mom had a stroke when I was born. I never had a Christmas. So I never had a Christmas or birthday present or a birthday, whole growing up, no Halloween, because my mom didn't have that. And she was, she's from Mississippi like these women here. And if, you know what I'm saying, and it hurt her so bad. So anyway, so a lot of this shit that these people carry on, like it's getting ready to be a fucking Halloween. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I got a whole container of some candy that I collect for myself, but like I hadn't been on one of my candy binges. I know that like a lot of people say, like my mom, she was like all upset when I first, thank God I didn't, I was, thank God I didn't go to her because there's no way you can recover from her. Because she's like, there's a candy, you just doing that candy instead of Coke. You just doing candy instead of Coke. I've been eating candy ever since I was a little kid. But you know what I'm saying? You get all this propaganda that, that anyway, I actually love being by myself. Jerry wanted to sleep on the couch in the other room. I got this out of the 3 beds that I have up in here and a fold out couch. Okay, I only have access to this bed, this room, and it ain't, and it's starting to get a little messy to me. But I'm gonna, anyway, I'm on. So anyway, I'm almost, once I finish the floor in there, and then I can't do nothing in the dining room until that. Oh, the whole floor. He's gonna give me an estimate. The whole floor in the house has to be done. Hardwood floor and some other stuff that has to be done. So I'm not really. It's gonna take a while. Actually, I want to knock this wall out because the bathroom behind it and extend it a little bit. Um, this wall right there, extend it to where I don't know if we're to where the end of the closet is, and knock this wall out as the den on the other side, and add this on, and then still keep a piece of the den over there a little bit where the piano is and shit. Not the whole thing, but just make this a little bit bigger. But I'm not gonna do all that because then, never mind. 'Cause then I would want a back porch. I like to pour a back porch there and string that off. But first I have to paint the outside. So anyway. So I want to get an estimate for the floor and to paint the outside of the house. So if I get the outside of the house, worked on, because around here it's not so much really like the only thing they care about is aesthetics. Because like I saw Miss Pennyhouse, she was hiring somebody to do her yard, spending all this money. But I noticed the people that are in there, they just coming out with drywall, 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 redoing it, and the roof is patchwork. They had somebody for insurance the other day. They trying to get insurance on it, you know. Which I think if they had, you know, did the roof, it would look better, you know. I don't think it leaks, but it's all patchwork. It looks bad. It looks like it might leak. I know it leaked for a long time. That's why she got to get new drywall and But she kept the outside looking nice, and she had that $20,000 car. I think she got a second loan off of that house. Anyway, so today's Tuesday, and the 30th. Uh, so Jerry gets up early, so Jerry will be up. He's up at it's almost 7. He'll be up at 7, so I have to call him at 7. Gonna whip up me some breakfast, just a sausage and egg with biscuits, and maybe some potatoes. This morning I don't eat cold cereal, but anyway, I'm happy for China. I hope they get what they want. Yes, aren't I? I hope and I like what they're doing in London with and I hope they get what they want. It would be nice if we could get the climate, the Wall Street, the Chinese, the British, and a few other countries where the people are Pakistanians. If we could just get them all on one day, you know, uh, uh, to, to meet somewhere. Wouldn't it be nice, like to just shut down like for a week, like walls, like nobody goes shopping or something. You know what I'm saying? Because like here, I would love for them to fix the school and the police. The police is just a fucking joke. I mean, I guess they can't figure out, well, if we don't like, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna waste all your fucking material, all your motherfucking money, and you're not bringing any revenue in. You're just being retarded. You know what I'm saying? And I mean clinically retarded. And all they try to do is make my life as miserable and cost me as much fucking money. That's why there's nobody up in Walker Homes is paying taxes up in here. They, the only ones they don't fuck with is the ones that been in and out of prison and jail that they know real well. But anyway, about them fucking with my medical and all this, right? Um, that one investigative policeman that got a hard on for me, that house burned down right over here. While he was fucking with me, he should have been taking care of his shit. I'm doing the best I can, even though I got a big old thing over here. Anyway, I should have never fucked with it and popped. I tried to pop a pimple, it popped in and it swelled up. Anyway, but um, I think I mentioned once in one of these that their idea of doing the police work, since they don't comprehend the law, they don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Their idea of being a policeman is that they could jeopardize our constitutional laws and rights, by, like they don't have to follow them. So if somebody's soliciting, instead of like arresting for the act of begging, or propositioning you, so like these women, prostitutes, they solicit, the sale of their bodies, it's not the sex that's the crime. So anyway, I know like at least three women that they, had sex with, right? And the three women that they had sex with, that had sex with a bunch of guys over here that have HIV and other type of stuff. And so anyway, I think his whole point is, like a year after, you know, I stopped having, like I don't even want to fucking up, because like, it was like I had talked to him one time in that year, and the previous year only one time. So I really like every time, like, somebody steals from you, or they got a fucked up attitude, or they just causing you strife. It's just like I'd rather just not be bothered. And but anyway, and so now I know his whole problem is trying to, like, it's like I'm supposed to be a fucking a prostitute, whatever. And I understand if you were raised by a woman that was a prostitute and your father basically was a male whore, basically, what I'm saying. Back in the day, they say that those perverts will suck a dick and put a dress on quicker than anybody else and take it in their ass deep at the same time. So you're raised by people like that, the double-binding hypocrite Christians. Go to church on Sunday, after having an orgy and beating their fucking, what I mean, you whoop your kids, and they turn around and whoop their kids, and the 50 and 60-year-olds that they're just so violent. They don't work. They haven't worked. They haven't worked since 1977 when the marijuana laws. And they, at one time, a lot of these men, like Byron, who he just I don't know, whatever they did to him when he came out of prison, I guess, I don't know what. Once they when they go, I don't care. I think 2 days is probably too long for what some of this. You know what I'm saying? 2 days in jail is too long, because once they bring them out, they lost their jobs, and they're behind on, bills and everything else, and plus they got court costs and restitution and whatever else. So so now for the last 35 fucking years, this bitch goes, he's great friends with the police. They just love this crackhead bitch. But anyway, and they had sex behind him. I don't know. I don't date anybody around here because of the fact that they are sort of, I find personally the people that got raised, they got whooped. You know what I'm saying? And you can put them on all the psych medicine you want, but their behavior would develop between 0 and 6, and then once they got in the community, and the community is also very, like whooping their kids, and this type of double binding, hypocrite type of, ideological thinking, whatever that is, then you have double binding hypocrites that are not are judgmental on the fact that they self hate themselves. So You know what I'm saying? They project that hate on everybody else. So I was like, fuck it, I ain't dating none of them. Shit. Well, I'll go find a bitch like them. Fuck, I'll go to another country. Okay. What you doing in Britain? You got any people with nice manners there? Because all the men around here, all they want to do is like tell you how to wipe your ass, leave the toilet seat on, you know, just tell you everything that you normally do. Their idea is control. Is that all once they turn to a 6-year-old motherfucker and you're supposed to be their mom? You know what I'm saying? And then they think they got the right. You know what I'm saying? They got the right to hit you, right? And then you're supposed to call the police, and then you're supposed to get a restraining order. Supposed to do all this shit. He comes out of jail and beats your ass again, right? Because he don't got a fucking place to go, because he had to move in with you. So that meant he was a homeless, jobless, violent motherfucker that once in a while think he's hustling. The only hustling they do is suck some damn dick, and I ain't with that shit.